Okay, so here we are back again for video, hopefully 2 of 2. So obviously my finishes, I've been working on those and getting those done. But the kind of one and final finish that I had, the big finish, and the thing that probably has taken most of my time in the last couple of weeks is the squirrel rug. Did get finished and got sent to Michelle Bendy, and she has put it up for auction. It's up for auction on Instagram. If you go to Michelle Bendy on Instagram, you can read about it there. You can read about the rules and how the auction works. But I was going to just tell you a little bit more, and I think Michelle is putting some of this information out there on Instagram, and it may already be there. I think it's available for bid until next Tuesday or Wednesday, so the 9th or 10th. And so the rug, just so you all know, the rug has, and I'll insert a picture of it maybe here. But the rug has, was finished with almost 14, but really 13 fat quarters of wool. 13 fat quarters of wool. Hand-dyed fat quarters of wool go for $13 a piece at our wool store. So in addition, it had, the pattern itself was $75, and it is on a linen backing. So not linen like linen that we cross stitch with, but rug linen, which is just a heavier duty linen, looser weave. It will last forever. As long as it's cared for, it will last forever. The rug comes with several pages of caring for your hand-hooked rug instructions that I always give when I give someone a hand-hooked rug, because a lot of people don't know how to care for them. They cannot be thrown in the washing machine and washed. They can definitely be put on the floor. Now, this rug has an off-white background, and it could be a little bit dicey to put it on the floor, but I do have rugs on my floors. It can also be used as a table topper. It can also be used as a wall hanging. I mean, any number of different things. I have them all over my house. I have them on tables, chairs, chair pads, hanging on walls, and on the floor. So I think that there's probably about $250 in materials in that rug. I bound it with a crochet method, so I did a single crochet all the way around for the binding, and that also becomes then kind of an outer border. I used a poly blend yarn bee yarn that I've never used before, but it really stitched up very beautifully, and it should last, you know, it's a nice poly blend. It should last forever as well. And I think I had somewhere in the ballpark of 18 hours of hooking into that rug. So just to kind of give people a little bit of an idea of what, you know, how much it costs to make a rug, and sort of the amount of time. That was a smaller rug. It really doesn't take that much time. You know, 18 hours in the scheme of things is not a lot, especially when you consider how long it takes to cross stitch something. But you know, there's a fair amount of time, and I did that when I started it. I didn't know I was going to give it for an auction, and when I decided I wanted to give Michelle a rug to auction off, I showed her pictures of several rugs that I had in the works and let her choose. And so I had made the decision that that was a rug that I wasn't particularly attached to, and that she was happy, you know, she was welcome to. So she chose it. But you know, there's a fair amount of money and time involved in the rugs, and it's being bid on, and it's being, you know, bid up, and I just want people to understand what they're paying for and what they're getting, and it's going for a wonderful cause. So for this auction, she did a little switch up. The money that she is raising this month is going to go to an organization that takes pictures, you know, like lasting photographs, beautiful professional photographs, for people who have lost children at birth or close to birth. And originally we had talked that it was going to go to Alzheimer's research, which, you know, is near and dear to my heart as well. And then Michelle just kind of had heard about this organization and decided to to donate the money for October to this organization, and it was very touching to me, as we lost our firstborn, was stillborn at 38 weeks, and so this is an organization that's also very near and dear to my heart, and Michelle actually didn't know that when she made the decision to do that. So, you know, if you want a rug and you know it's something that you're not going to be able to do for yourself anytime soon, and you know have some money that you want to donate to a wonderful organization, head over to Instagram and you know, think about bidding on that rug, because it's really for a good cause. So, okay, that's all that I'm going to say about that. Okay, so what have I been working on? One thing that I did not show you from our trip to Arkansas, and I think Marlene showed this, and I don't know why I didn't show it to you because I was super, super excited about it, but one of the patterns that I think maybe, I know at least Marlene, Jen, and I bought this pattern, and I think Nicole may have, but I could be mistaken about that because Nicole was exercising a lot more restraint than some of the rest of us. But it is this pattern by Alexandra Adelaide Needleworks, and it's called Madre Terra, and it's this. And so if you watch Marlene Stitching by the Lake, you've seen this. It's just stunning. It is absolutely stunning. And Anne had this worked up at Shepherd's Needle, and it was just beautiful, and she's actually having her model stitcher stitch it again in another colorway, and it just killer. So we all kind of stood there and talked about all the different options, and Anne had some different ideas and options, and this is what I came up with. This was my idea, this was my option, and so this is a piece of, I did not keep the tag. I don't know what this is a piece of, but if anybody really, really needs to know, I'll be happy to find out. But it's a piece of linen. I believe it's 32 count, and it's this just gorgeous piece of kind of like stormy, midnighty, whatever. And then I'm stitching it, and I did switch up what I was stitching it in. I am stitching it all in Black Raspberry Jam by the Gentle Art Company. And so it's kind of this dark and darker bluish, purplish. It's showing pretty true to color here. My light's not too bad. But anyway, that's my beginning on Madre Terra, and which is, you know, which that means Mother Earth. Which it's so beautiful. It's so gorgeous. It doesn't look like cross stitch, it looks like needlepoint from a distance. So I actually haven't worked on that at all this week, but I did some last week. And then I also spent a considerable amount of time, I think last weekend this was my big focus. And you saw this a few weeks ago. This is Plum Street Samplers, Olga's Autumn Stocking. It looks like this. I see that Stephanie of Pam and Steph is working on, or is getting ready to start this, has kitted it up. And I got a fair amount done here. I started with the little cat, and I love him. I love him. I think he is the coolest thing ever. His tail. And then that checkerboard pumpkin below, I think, is just so much fun and taking absolutely forever. The moon is great. I love everything about this. There is not a thing on here that I don't love, and I worked on it so much last week, and I could not put it down. I was like, I want to finish this. I want to get it done. Okay, along with everybody else, I did put my dark October stitching, and I'm not only doing Halloween stitching in October because I have too many Christmas things to stitch. But I am mostly doing October stitching because it's what I feel like working on. You know, the house is decorated and I want more cross stitch. So I put not all of them, but I put like 25 different Octoberish or dark October stitching projects in Tiny Decisions and rolled the dice on it. And Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow came up. And so I spent just the ever tiniest bit of time yesterday stitching on Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. And so this is where I am. I mean, just the measliest start. But I love this fabric. And I mean, I love everything about this also. Emily C. showed hers, which she's just about finished. And it is, and she did hers in DMC. And I really, after I saw hers, I really considered converting it all to DMC. Hers is unbelievably gorgeous. Okay, finally, and this is just not even all of it, I can't remember where I first saw this, but I know that Pam and Steph have talked about it, and I feel like Priscilla and Chelsea have talked about these, but I saw it first somewhere on somebody's Flosstube and just absolutely fell in love. And I emailed Julie and said, do you happen to have these? And she said, yes, I do. And I said, I'll be right out. And so it's the Waxing Moon Designs Christmas House Trio. And well, and so so it's Waxing Moon Designs has three different ones in a new series out. They have a Christmas house trio, a Halloween house trio, and a 4th of July trio or Independence Day trio. And I was interested in the Christmas house trio and the Halloween trio. And I am not gonna lie, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be really honest with you here, and this is all I'm gonna say on the subject, but I am just not feeling very patriotic this year for a number of reasons that I won't go into. But when I emailed Julie and asked if she had Halloween and Christmas, she said, I have all three. I have, you know, the 4th of July ones too. Said, don't want those. I didn't even look at them. I just, it makes me really sad. It breaks my heart. I always decorate the house for 4th of July. I usually do it towards the end of June and leave it up till the end of August, and I didn't do it this year. I just don't feel, no, just not feeling it. But Halloween and Christmas, and so here is Christmas House Trio, and Julie was like, which one are you going to start? And I said, well, I'm going to start Halloween, and then it was Merry Monday, and so I didn't start Halloween. I started Christmas House Trio. Now, this is actually two different reds. One is Claret, and these are Gentle Arts, and the other is Pomegranate, I think is the other one, yeah. And they're very similar, so I may have to switch out the sled and make the sled another color, but I just went with it for now. And oh my gosh, and again, beautiful fabric that Julie helped me pick out. I'm gonna do these as a set, you know, all together on one piece. And I'm doing the same with the Halloween House Trio, which I also got and also started, but guess what? I didn't bring it over here. So, yeah. I think that's about it for today, guys. I'm going to try to get this edited and maybe downloaded today. I hope you guys are well. I hope you're getting lots of time to stitch. I hope the weather's cooling off wherever you are, or maybe warming up. I don't know which, if you're in Australia. We've had lots of rain. Yesterday was 95 degrees here. Today is 56. Tomorrow's going to be 49. The weather's crazy. I don't know. I hope to be back in a week or so. I'm looking around. I've made several more things this week, but I just don't have time to show you. Have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye, guys.